Happy Monday, everybody. I'm before you guys, hands raised in the air. I'll show you guys if you don't believe me. I'm sorry. Forgive me for being so late. I didn't mean it. The Tower of God chapter was way too good. It's been a long time since it was really that good. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Oh man. Happy Monday. My energy is crazy. It's been a minute since coming off of a Tower of God chapter where I'm just like, oh my gosh, and I can bleed that energy into the next series. But the stark contrast between that series and this series is so different. So it's like I'm so hyped up in emotions and lore, and then I come here and I just get kicked in the nuts and punched in the gut, and it's just like, sit down, we're telling you a great story. You're gonna get sad. You'll probably cry. Relax. And I'm just like, all right. All right. I gotcha. So hopefully you all good. What's up, Cyber? What's up, Chuck? Hey, everybody. Sorry for missing last week. Coming into Monday, I did not sleep. I literally had about 45 minutes of sleep. And by the time I got home off of work and everything, I was like more than exhausted. And I know from experience that sitting in this chair, sitting down here, watching this stuff, eventually the camera's going to watch me. If you've been around long enough, I might be able to watch a stream or two where it's just like, I think he fell asleep. So I did not want that to happen because I adore this series way too much. I really do love this series. And I want to give this series like my actual all when I'm watching it, because I feel like I'm going on this journey alongside Kiriyama. So I didn't want to shortchange it whatsoever. So please forgive me for missing last week. But I'm hoping that we could enjoy this week and we can enjoy it. Compensation of 3 episodes. I'll let you know how I feel after the second episode. I'll keep it open. So there's a possibility we could do 3. I definitely will. I'll give that back. So we ended off not even last week, 2 weeks ago with Kiriyama going up against, I don't remember his name, but he goes to the same like school that Nikaido goes to, like the same workshop for Shogi. I almost said Gungi from Hunter x Hunter, but Shogi. And Kiriyama kind of underestimated him, looked past him, and lost. And now he's in like the spiral, like he really was freaking out about what happened. And now I think we ended off the episode where I can't remember his name, forgive me, but he said to Nikaido, like, we're not going to reach out to him. We need him to be able to look inside of himself, realize that he needs to get better and he needs this, and come to us, and then we'll gladly help him. Which is something that is definitely an important thing for someone that faces the same hardships that Kiriyama faces, because everything is so self-inflicted. You can help him as many times as you can. You can help him so much, but until he helps himself, it's basically for momentary happiness and then a regression back into the darkness and back into himself. So the moment Kiriyama is able to look outside of himself and seek out that help, and actually go to a Nikaido, or actually go to the older guy, and be like, I want to do this, and you can help him, that's the change that needs to happen. So I'm hoping we get to see that change either in the next couple of episodes, maybe in the next like couple of streams, so the next like 5 to 10 episodes. I don't think it'll be as instant as, okay, I'm cool now this episode. It's going to be a journey, which the series is very good at. So I'll shut up. I'll stop babbling. I'll pause this music. We're going to get started. I've been waiting for this a lot. I really wanted to just like, I want to say it was like Saturday or something. I was sitting there like, man, I really want to watch this show. I really do. So here we go. Bat. All right. Here we go. Episode 15. I'm going to have to start using Crunchyroll than Verve. It really hurts my soul because I love Verve so much. I've never had an issue with Verve at all. So now I'm going to have to use Crunchyroll, and I'm not a fan of Crunchyroll's player like that. So hopefully it's better. I know there's a lot of buffering on Crunchyroll. All right, Here we go. March comes in like a lion, episode 15. We're gonna get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straight into the opening. Okay. The new Crunchyroll players is good. Okay. All right. I have to reply to that. So new Crunchyroll player is good. Yeah. Since the whole Crunchyroll acquisition of Funimation, all that stuff, and all the mergers, Verve has been brought back into Crunchyroll. It used to be a part of Crunchyroll, then it separated, and then when Funimation left and started its own streaming service, Verve lost that, gained a couple of other things. But now Verve is being brought back into Crunchyroll player. So what I've been told is that Verve's site is going to stay up, but there's not going to be new content going on it starting this spring season. So whatever's airing for winter now is going to air, and then that's it. So I have to move over to Crunchyroll, make sure that I'm not getting double charged from Verve, and then when I move over to Crunchyroll, it's going to be a weird couple of weeks. Yeah, it was you. Thank you, Cyber. I was like, I don't remember, but it was you. Let me give myself some volume, and I'll shut up. Ow, my back. Huh? I was about to say, who is sneaking into his house like this? But this isn't his current place. I was about to be like, what the heck? Hello to everybody watching. Why? This music is crazy. Not you, my guy. Those cracks are already there. That's up. Ooh. Oh, goodness. What's her reaction from this? I would have loved to know what she said about that. I know what she's said to him since she showed back up. But in that moment. Win, please. Sorry. Music is incredible. It's kind of like the analogy of like you put a frog and a pot of cold water sit on a stove, turn the stove on. The frog won't get out because the temperature increases gradually until it's too late. Really? Damn. I want to see the match. I wish I could have seen the match, like dramatized. Yes. To the match. There you go. All right. Go. I gotta go. Go. Move it. Just don't mark it down. Take one for the team. Let him do this. Guys, I'm freaking hungry. Man, this piano. Excuse me. It's so interesting because we know how Kiriyama's mindset is. We know how he views shogi. So to watch him watch someone else who doesn't think the same way as him have this interesting battle and Kiriyama kind of be enamored about it isn't like it's truly something great to watch. Like it's opening him up to an entire new world. Exactly what he said. Oh, they play a best of 3? Let me know if I'm incorrect in thinking that way. They're playing they're playing a best of 3. So they're going to come back and if Goto wins the second match, he goes on to the final. Nice. What's up, Shodan? I didn't need that from you. I tackle him at his Achilles and hoped it popped. Was that dark? I'm sorry. She's like a puppy dog after him. Interesting, Kiriyama. Interesting. So, question. If you know the answer, don't tell me. Who do you think sought out who? Did Goto make his presence known to Kyoko first? Or did she come on to him first and he just used her? Either way, he's trash. I just wonder. How she was packing up made it seem like he sold her a dream or something. Commit seppuku? What are you talking about? He talking about shaving his eyebrows off. The other dude's talking about killing himself. I'm sorry, Hina, but he didn't do his best. This isn't explained in the anime. Hold on. So it's not really a spoiler. Goto is Kiriyama's adoptive father's student. Oh, that makes this situation even more nasty. Oh, that makes the situation even more nasty. Grandpa's really saying the same thing I was saying before the stream. It's like you can save him all you want to. It's not going to mean a bit of damn good if he doesn't do it for himself. Come on, Shimada. We got to even this out so we can go to that third match. Why are you throwing jabs already? Dude, that makes like Goto just gets more gross because if he's his form, like if he's the dad's student, right? That means I don't even know how long he was a student for, but long enough to have known Kyoko a good amount of her life. That's nasty. That's like grooming someone. It's weird. We become rank A to naturally exude that. Dude, Nikaido's as tall as that guy kneeling. Yeah, we can't skip school this time. Rubber match this, man. We got to force the rubber. Wow, he can't miss school at all. Right, because it's for his job. That's terrible. His hair falling out. What? Oh, they're locking horns. I notice he's building the fort thingy that he did before. I did recognize that. Forgive me. $8. Come on, Shibaba! Man, it's like that. Ooh, I don't even know what that was, but it looked crazy. Dude, they played for what? They played for 12 hours? 11 hours? 12 hours? Let's go! He's about to die. Dude, what? Dude, this third match is going to be one hell of a game. Good question. Song is incredible. Dude, this song is incredible. Same thing Kiriyama. Same thing Kiriyama did. Kind of the same thing I praised him for a couple of streams ago. When he went up against the guy that was getting divorced. Dude, this song is incredible. I need this. Whatever track he's playing right now, I need it. Oh my goodness. Representation, imagery. Dude, that song is incredible. There she is. Man. She'll be back. Nikai though. Look at Nikai though. Meanwhile, what happened? Oh no. At that point, I would say screw it. If I already was gonna flunk out because I missed too many days in school, screw it. What is a couple more days gonna do? I forgot the ED was a banger. I forgot the ED was a banger. I forgot the ED was a banger. They don't go too deep into it in the manga, but I don't think it was as gross as you're assuming. I think it was more a matter of Kyoko wanting to do it because it would embarrass her father somehow. Mm-hmm. If you look up there, got two no lie on YouTube, get a break. The only thing that I'm afraid of doing, I don't want to search up anything related to the series because I don't want to get drip fed a spoiler. Because once you search it, it gets added to the algorithm and it'll start showing up in my recommendeds. Right now, I have nothing regarding the series in my recommendeds. So I kind of want to keep it that way. And I'm kind of lazy and I don't want to go through the whole private browsing stuff. I'm lazy. Oh, snap. I almost sent all this to someone. But I'm more so what I'm saying is I don't know the extent of Goto's and Kyoko's relationship, right? Like I don't know how far it went, if they actually ever did anything. It's possible. It's very possible. But if they've never done anything and Kyoko's still chasing after him like that, it's kind of crazy. Makes her It's always been like that, Cyber. I think it's just filler videos. But let me update this. But it's like the whole like grooming thing. Not like he necessarily was preying on her, but it's the fact of like it's weird. Like I know like it's weird to be older than someone and you become of age before someone, and then after that person becomes of age you then get together with them. It makes it feel like you were waiting for them to come of age, like you didn't want to stoop down that low because you didn't want to be seen as something. That's how I'm kind of looking at it. It's weird, especially if he was like that close to the family. He's seen her that young and watched her grow up a little bit. It's still odd, the fact that he's even toying, like he even allowed it. But clearly his relationship is strained with the father anyways, so who knows why. Can't comment due to spoilers. Gotcha. I feel like I'm on to something. I don't know. The boy hasn't done any lab experiments? What? Excuse me. After School Bunsen Burner Club. That's the name. Wait, it's really setting in. Their club is just the Bunsen Burner Club. Wow. Couple of texts I had to respond to. Forgive me. You're mixing chemicals. No. You might kill them. Wait, it smells good? Here we go, Kitty Emma! Let's go! And they all died. Well, Kiriyama made this nice smelling scent. Write that up and just let him. He did that. Let's write that up and let's just get it done. Damn, Ether. Yeah, they're pretty cool guys. Joining a club might be good for them. Pretty cool. Watching him be an actual teenager. There it is. There it is. This is like the second realization moment that we've seen him have, like big realization moment. Good teacher. I kind of have a pit in my chest. It's very busy. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's really busy. The match is over this fast. Goto won. Yeah, if the match is over this fast, Goto won. I'm sitting in this moment right now. I'm glad that Kiriyama lost because I couldn't have imagined him being in this moment with his current mindset. If he actually was able to win out and win this and go on to face what's his name? Wait, what? Threw me for a loop, yo. Why did his voice get so deep right there? He's in one of these situations where I didn't expect myself to win, but I won. Now what? It's like now what? It's like I actually did it. What the heck? He's punch drunk. Yes, sir. I had to clap that up for him, man. That's right. Best of 7. Damn. Clap that up for him. Man. That feels good. That feels good, man. That feels good. That's not the point. You can still get there. Yeah. You can still get there, though. There we go. There we go. Been waiting on you. We've been waiting on you. Dude, I really like Shimada. I really do. Now go visit the girls. Dude, I haven't had a donut in so long. I want a donut. That looks good. I'm not a big sushi guy, but that whatever Momo's talking about, it looked good. That looks good. Never had a donut before? Really? I haven't had a donut in like a couple of months. But even before that, like before that couple of months, I hadn't had a donut in like 2 years. So like I can make up for donuts. I just want one of these scenes where he's just walking down the street and the girls just like tackle him or something. It'd be great comedy. Do any of you guys ever see like those videos where it's like a comparison? That's a beautiful spot for a house. But it's like the comparisons of like different scenes from anime of like scenery in Japan, and then someone will go out and replicate that exact shot in the place that was inspired from. I love those videos. I think the last one I seen of that kind of video was it was like it was based on it was based on um Your Lie in April. There was a lot of scenery from that. Look at the aura emanating off of him. Dude, this track is banging. That's great. That's a great scene. Hmm. I gotta respond to this. Yeah. One thing I know in a lot of the from what I was getting from Kiriyama, it's like you can start off with like you can start off situational. So like put yourself in a situation, see if you can get out of it. Apparently lost. Is that who I think it is? Yes, it is. Oh, this music feels so RPG epic. Flowers and sunshine over here. And then he cuts himself back into to the edge lord. The feudal lords. Oh man, that was good. What is happening? Look at everything is broken except for what's around him. You guys stressed him the hell out. That's what you did. That's what you guys did. Stress them the hell out. I'm not backing down from that. Light looks like it's about to fall. Don't stress yourself out, Nikai, though. I know you have a weak constitution as well. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad it caught their attention too. The duck went underwater. Is it gonna come up with a fish? How long can the duck stay underwater? Dude. I feel like I'm in tune with them. You gotta look for the one with the little flare. They're like children. Ah, man. I'm glad that the bird was made so compelling that you watching are just as compelled as them. And you're like, wait, the bird ain't come up yet. What's going on? We'll do one more because we'll do one more since I missed last week. We'll do 17 as well. I'll keep my promise. They are children, that's why it's cool, yeah. It's like, and they stood there, watched the bird go under, not come up, ran to the store, flipped through the book, right? Flipped through the book, was like, it's not that one, it's this one, it's gotta be this one, and then they run back, they're like, ah! It's good. Dude, this Edie is amazing. So good. Still was two more. I know. I'm sorry. Are you still doing Mushoku Tensei? Never said if I was gonna do it. I still don't know if I'm gonna do it. I have the time to do it, but do I actually want to do it? No, not really. There's other things I would do before it, like finish up the few series that are incomplete on the channel. Moving right into episode 17 if you're still with us. So there's a few things I'll do before it. But there's always a possibility that it can be done. That's what I will say. Not yet. Not yet. I still have Taisho Ultimate Fairy Tail and Build Divide still left incomplete, excuse me, on the channel. So if anything, I would finish those series, and then upon finishing those series, I would then think of another series. The next series that we're doing on the channel It's Steins Gate because how we did the poll. The poll was going to be the winner of the poll and then the loser of the poll. So when this is done, Steins Gate will start, and then upon that, a new poll. So at that point, I think I'll keep Mushoku Tensei off the poll because that's something I'm just going to do eventually. And Vivi might get put on a poll, but there might be a change in the channel before we even get there. My life's changing a lot. So how this current standing of the channel is going to completely change. Like, it started off as one thing during the pandemic, and I was just able to do whatever I wanted whenever I wanted to because I wasn't working. But then upon getting a job, I had to base the channel around my job. And then in this next chapter of my life, it's going to be completely different than trying to work the channel around my job. So I don't even know what I'm going to do. I don't know if, like, I don't know what I'm going to do in regards to the channel. If I'll make content, store it up, and then release it weekly as I go away. I don't know. Stuff to figure out. Nice. Kiriyama, you're a big deal. I love that Kiriyama doesn't think that much about himself, but Kiriyama is the 5th individual to be a middle school student to become a pro, and all of them have become the master, like Soya. Like, it's a big deal. Like, he's gonna garner attention. That is well, Nikai, though. Put yourself in the environment so that you can get used to the environment. So when you actually get here yourself, it's not too much for you. I get it. Good way to think, though. That's a good way to think. Never limit myself. Yes, sir. Look at him. He looks like a Chad standing in the lights. Yes, sir. Hey, look. It's Pops. Of course his Pops would be here. It's your turn now. Sure. It might work out, yeah. Questionable pubs, gambling, sake. No, don't let her in your life. Don't let her in your life. You don't need that stress. Don't need it. Just one more year. Let him buy some furniture. Oh. Oh. Timer out, bro. I've never let a situation like this ever interrupt me. I'm diming you out. As soon as they done taking these pictures, hey, before you go, I got something to tell you before you go anywhere. Maybe the father isn't that trash. He's still a dad. He still cares about his kids, but he still put them through all the traumas that they faced when they were younger. It's like he still has a conscience. How seared over it is, who knows? But he's still. It's the fact of looking at the situation. He was naive enough to actually think that Kyoko was going to stay with Ray. If he was very perceptive, he would know that she hated him. So why all of a sudden Ray moves out of the house and they're best friends? They're goody goody now? No way. Holy crap! Is he right there? So that just goes to show, like he's not perceptive of his children whatsoever. Soya just seems like Kiriyama with white hair. It's gonna be tough. This is gonna be tough. It's like they parted. The seas parted for him. Wow. Getting more of him. I'm interested. 6 years. Really. So he's basically a grand slam winner. You know where winning the grand slam, like in sports or anything or a competition, is winning all of the major tournaments. Wow. Okay. Oh, I was gonna be like twice. He has to win twice in order to push the game to six games. Push the series to 6 games. Wow. Baby girl, I know you cold. No, I didn't. Serves right. It's not my fault. I almost called her. Yeah, it's not my fault. You running around with a married man. Oh, Momo. Vagina. Momo. That's tough for them to see that. They're friends. Don't worry about it. Shut up! Oh, I could DDT her. Be quiet. She pisses me off every time she shows up. That's right, Hina. That's right. She's pissed. Oh man, I can't stand that. I'm refraining. You're feeding her the food. I've never been more pissed off at him. She's pissing me off. Get out. Get out. Now. Leave. Get out. I'm not. Not okay. She irritates me every single time she gets on the screen. You're running around with the... I'm doing so much not to call her out of her name. He's right. If you did find a relationship with a guy that was worth being with, bring him by the house. Let me meet him. You can act like... Well, the Wicked Witch of the West hated her sister because she was good, so that's very minor. Let him go. I don't care about you. That's disrespectful. That is so disrespectful. It's not that bad. It's legit now. It's actually legit. show you, Cyber. It'll show you. It'll show you. Oh man. These are good episodes. I'm gonna call it at episode 17. I don't know if I have another episode left in me. If this episode wasn't the way this episode was, how much is 300 seconds? 5 minutes. Sheesh. Kyoko is very difficult to like, but I think she's super complicated character. She is. I have this thing, right, where I'll explain it to a bunch of the people that are here. I connect with main characters in series a lot. Usually the main character is my favorite character. And for this series, 100% Kiriyama is my favorite character in this series. So when he's going through his ups and his downs, his happy times, his sad times, when he's going through all that, I'm like emotionally with him on that ride. So when this toxic individual slides her way into his life whenever she wants to, uninterrupted, just forceful upon his life, like, it makes me feel a certain way. So me not having the emotional connection to her that Ray has, it just pisses me off to the umpteenth degree. Like, there's no degree that I can even put it to. How, like, she infuriates me. Right? It makes me so mad. That's such a good picture. Like, it really pisses me off whenever she shows up, because it's like their whole living situation and the situation of their lives it's so messy and muddled and confusing that it's like, I get why she's the way she is. I get why the way he is. But for you to keep showing up and for you to keep doing this to him when it wasn't his fault in the first place, that's the thing. It's like, she blames him, he blames himself, but it wasn't his fault. Like, it's not his fault his parents died. It's not his fault that he played shogi with his adoptive dad and his dad. It's not his fault that her dad went and tried to adopt him. Like, that, none of that stuff is his fault. So for him to just be like, he just catches hell for a bunch of things that wasn't his fault, just irritates me so much. Like, that, all that stuff that's redirected at Ray should be directed at the father. It shouldn't be directed at him, but it is. It all should be put on him, because the dad wasn't that great at all. Like, he destroyed his home with the way he was parenting. I don't think she hates Ray. She hates her dad, I think. And when she torments Ray, she's trying to hurt her dad through him. That sucks for Ray, but it sucks. It really does suck. It really does. It's so frustrating too. It's so frustrating, because it's like, how do you think this way? Like, how? It's like, I understand how. I understand it. But it's just like, how? It's like, I understand, but how? It's like, I understand it, but how, man? It sucks. It's just an unfortunate situation. It's an unfortunate situation. That's what it is. I don't think the dad was super in the wrong. I think he made mistakes, but most grudges don't end up that deep. In a situation like this, someone is at fault, and it is the dad. I'm not going to blame the children for that. No, I don't see. I'm 17 episodes in. From the perspective that I'm seeing the father in, I don't think he was trying to raise them to be independent. He loved shogi, and he wanted a shogi prodigy. He loved shogi so much that in order to get into the good graces of their dad, they would want to play shogi so that he could love them. And clearly, hi Cyber. No, you are not the first person to get timed out. And they would play shogi so that he could love them and so that he can care for them and so that he could show them attention. And clearly he was the same way as well, because I don't want to use the word forced. He introduced shogi to them, right? He introduced shogi to them at such a very young age. And he was so hell-bent on shogi this, shogi this. This is a shogi household. You will play shogi. And that's how it was. It was the competition was between Kyoko and the brother. I can't remember his name. The competition was between the two of them. And then he brought Kiriyama into the picture. He brought Rei into the household, and Rei was so much better than the two of them. And it was clear, like, all right, we're going to have you guys sit down and play with them. And that's when she fired off and slapped him because he's so much better. So now, instead of being a parent and parenting, he's already tiered favorites in his mind because of shogi. Kiriyama, Rei gets my attention because he's good at shogi. He's going to be my heir apparent. You're still my daughter, yeah, cool, whatever. You don't have to play shogi, but all of my attention goes to shogi because I love shogi. You could be whatever you want to be. Shogi's not everything. You can't tell that to her. Because as far as she knows, shogi is everything. Because if she doesn't have shogi, she really doesn't have the attention of her father. That's where that comes. Like, if she doesn't play shogi, the dad is going to care for her because that's his daughter, yes. But would he really care for her? Is he going to do everything he can? Like, is he going to pay her the attention that she needs? No, that attention goes to Rei. That Rei gets that attention because of shogi. I'm going to sit with you 8-12 hours a day because we play shogi. We will get better. You will get better. You will become this prodigy. You will do this. And it's like, I'm still your dad. Yes, I still will care for you. Here you go. Here's money. You can do whatever you want to. Money this, money that. You can come and go as you please. Yada, 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 yada. That's not being a parent. That's not being a parent. That's just being someone there. And it's not until, it doesn't really feel like until Rei leaves the house, in which he then turns his focus back to the people that are inside of his house. But at that point, the damage has already been done. It's been years of trauma, and it's been years of disappointment and years of everything else. That's why I feel like if there's someone at fault, the dad is at fault. He 100% is at fault. Because he could have done so much better as a parent. And he didn't. He failed every single child that was in that house. Because the experience that the little brother goes through, because who knows what his condition is. They said he turned himself into a recluse. Him and the little cat or him and the dog just lock themselves up. They play video games. I don't know. I think you're putting more passion into his decisions than is correct. I don't think so. I think it was clearly spelt out. I don't know if I'm putting more passion into it, because when you look back at the flashback, the son and the daughter played shogi together, and it was clear that he wanted an heir apparent because he wouldn't have took in Kiriyama if he didn't want one. So they played, like, she already had a temper from, like, that was already there. Her attitude didn't come from Kiriyama coming into the home. I don't think the attitude comes from Kiriyama coming into the home. She had the attitude already. That was an issue he was already dealing with. That's why he just made her stand outside, and she didn't give two hoots about it. It was the fact that someone came into the house, because at that point she was getting all of the attention from her father because of his two kids. She was the best. So she was getting his undivided attention. You introduce a third factor in who is better at shogi than her. And we know that the dad and Rei have a relationship based solely on shogi. And that she hates Rei for the attention that her dad pays to Rei. Therefore, that means when it comes to shogi, whichever kid was going to be the best was going to get the most attention from the dad. Ray happened to be the kid that got the most attention from the dad. So the son becomes a recluse and the daughter acts out because she doesn't have the attention of her father that she used to have. I don't think that's me putting more passion into it. I think that's the dad making an active choice on which child he loved more, and he messed up. Like, he messed up. He was wrong in the way that he raised these kids. He's still going to be a parent because he created that kid. He created that kid. So yeah, I'm going to be dad. I'm going to do this. Like, she just said that dad cut my credit cards off because he kind of has an idea of what she's doing. She's been running around doing whatever she wants to. Like, if he was an actual parent, he wouldn't have just went to carry on. Like, he legit talked himself into believing that she was with Kiriyama all this time. Like, no, like, if he was smart and he realized what he was doing to his children, he would have known that she didn't like him. So their relationship wouldn't change because he moved out. That's why I feel like he didn't do a good job parenting them whatsoever. In my humble opinion, he did not do a good job parenting them. This last episode alone to me spells it out. Like, he really asked Kiriyama, like, is she yeah, it's like, you guys must have gotten better. She's staying with you, right? It's like, why the hell would she stay with me? You know the hell that she put me through. You think that one time is the only time she fired off on Ray like that? No way. There's no way. So he knows the relationship between them. He was solely focused on Ray. Solely focused on him. I think the younger son just didn't have the drive to play. That's incorrect, because if you go back to whatever episode that was, there was a moment when Ray was talking about it. There was a moment in which Ray beat him, and the boy realized, like, oh my gosh, like, you know what? I give up. I'm done with this. I'm not gonna bother with this. I'm actually not gonna bother with this. And we had that scene. It's on the back. He's sitting there. He's hugging the dog, and the TV's in front of him. And that was his reaction to, okay, Ray's gonna get all the attention now. Her reaction is to lash out. That's her reaction. I'm gonna lash out. I'm bombastic. Yeah, but if you give up that quick, you don't have the personality to be pro. That's the thing. They don't care about being pro in shogi. They only care that much about shogi because their dad likes shogi. That's it. If the dad didn't like shogi and he was just a dad that worked a job, they probably wouldn't be playing shogi. They played shogi because he wanted to be really good in shogi, and he only got so good, and Ray is better than him. That's the only reason why they played shogi. That's why if shogi wasn't a big deal, he wouldn't have took this child in, brought him in, and wanted him to become a professional shogi player at such a young age. That wouldn't have been the case. These kids they wanted to be a pro because he wanted them to be pros, and he wanted them to be good at shogi because he was good at shogi. They only like shogi because he was the shogi guy in the household. That's why. You could replace shogi with anything else. To me, at the end of the day, this comes down to the dad. He created a toxic household for these children. He created a super toxic household. Kyoko could have continued playing shogi. She turned it into a competition that the dad didn't put an end to. And the only reason why it became a competition is because she wanted the attention of her father. And the attention of her father went to another kid that is not her brother. It's just some random boy that got brought into her home. This random boy came off the streets into my house, and now my dad can only care about this boy. He really doesn't care about us. Because Ray is in this house, he looked at me and told me that shogi isn't all we need. Isn't all that I need. I can do something else. Excuse me, sir, but Shogi was everything to us because you wanted it to be everything for us. But because Ray has the potential to be one of these generational talents in Shogi, it doesn't matter anymore. You don't need to play Shogi anymore. That's what that is. I feel like the dad failed his actual children, his biological children. I feel like he failed them as a father in raising them. He gave them something, brought something else in, gave that something else all the attention, and left them out to dry. So now, who knows what their emotional states and their mental is going to be like because of it. And as a result, Ray that got brought into this household is damaged goods as well. And now all the children in that house is possibly damaged from the dad just wanting Shogi and wanting this. To me, that's what this feels like. So yeah, that's all I got. It sucks. It really, really, really does suck, but that's what makes this show really good. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. Again, sorry for missing last week. Sorry for being late today. We did 3 episodes, so hopefully next week we could come back and do 18 and 19. I appreciate you guys. Have a good rest of your Monday. Have a good rest of your week. And hopefully, God willing, I see you guys here next Monday for 18 and 19. So thank you. And I'll see you guys. Peace out.